Hi you guys, thank you so much for clicking on my video, and most importantly, this is to celebrate the 1,000 subscribers for my channel. So if you are a subscriber on my channel, I really appreciate you so much. Thank you for believing in my work, considering that there's so many of us content producers, content developers. There is so much on YouTube, but you chose to subscribe to my channel for whatever benefits or reasons. I appreciate you so much. Now in this video, I'm going to share my story of how I started, where I started, and where I am today. And I'll also be sharing a very personal story. I want to bring you in a little bit into my life and share one of my stories about ayahuasca, one of the experiences I had with ayahuasca and the revolutions I got from the creator. Please stick by me until the end of the video. Don't go away. All right. So I first started this channel in June 2010. As you realize, it's taken me close to 10 years. Yes, 10 years to get 1,000 subscribers. 10 years, which meant that every year, if I were to spread it out, I got 10 subscribers. Now, if you are a YouTube content creator, you understand that one video, even if it's for 5 minutes, takes at least 1 hour to edit and upload and wait and make sure that everything is okay, the spellings are okay. It takes a lot of time. So if you post a video and you get two, maybe 10, maybe 30 views, and then you get 2 likes and 1 dislike, and you have all these people who don't even know what you've gone through to create the content, and you have no views, no likes, no comments, it can get absolutely discouraging. So when I began the YouTube channel, my intention was to use YouTube as a tool to recruit clients. I wanted to showcase my work, to showcase my counseling and coaching skills and speaking skills, in order for people to have a little taste of what I can do for them and then hire my services. But after realizing that, yeah, I got some clients off this channel, but after realizing that they want a lot of subscribers subscribing to my channel immediately, I didn't have likes, I had a few dislikes and negative comments, my objectives changed. So now for me to continue developing and recording and uploading content, my mindset was reshuffled. Over the years, my objectives have changed from from the urge to get to now offering. And I've been able to move through these 10 years of offering all the content I've shared on YouTube, because I now realize that giving is actually comfortable. Having a channel and a tool and an outlet to share and give blesses you in more ways than you could ever imagine. So the urge to get frustrated me. I was so frustrated in the beginning, getting no likes or no views. After 5 hours of producing a video and getting 30 views, when you put in so much, when you've read, when you've prepared, to now being absolutely okay whether somebody likes my video or not. Sometimes I even turn off the comments section, because my intention is to just give, because I get so much pleasure in sharing my life, because some of the sessions I share, I'm actually healing myself, getting over a certain issue, but I choose to heal myself in front of the camera. That way it's helping somebody else. So I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm feeling a little this way today, I'm a little bit negative, I have all these negative emotions today. So guess what, instead of sitting alone in my meditation room, I'm going to offer this to the world, to my subscribers. So I receive as they receive, and at the end of the day, I just feel so empowered. I feel good because I have had a chance to share. So I want to thank you all so much for subscribing, for listening. I want to thank you for believing in my work, because there are so many content creators and you chose me, you chose my work. So I promise to continue offering my life literally, and the tools and techniques that I continually discover that help my clients liberate themselves from emotional turmoil, spiritual confusions and conflicts. I really hope that you continue benefiting from what I offer, and most importantly, I really hope that my videos from now on can get you to go within yourself and find out who is looking behind your eyes. All right, so let me go into my ayahuasca experience, just to share a little bit about something personal about me. So in one of my ayahuasca experiences, my main intention was to find God. I really, really wanted to find God. I had so many questions about God, about this person. No, he's not even person, but this thing, for a lack of way of calling it. Who is in man's, and who they say is in us, and who is in everything, has everything, creates everything, is nowhere but is everywhere, has no beginning and no end, but everything begins and ends in him. I'm like, who is this? Is he male, female? Is he white, black? Who is God? So that was my intention. I wanted to find God so much so that I could anchor myself in the truth, because I realized that the only truth there is in God. Because look around you, everything else is false. One person you really trusted and loved with all your heart yesterday, today there will be somebody absolutely different. They'll betray you. They'll do all sorts of things to you. Moreover, you trusted them yesterday. They were so good to you yesterday. You expressed love to each other, but today they're your enemies. Why? That shows you that we are all under the influence of the egoistical mind, which is also called Satan, which is also the devil, which is also evil. The egoistical mind, the egoistical mind is actually what we refer to as the evil, because it's going to do whatever it can to weaken us, hold us captive, and create gaps within ourselves, so that we never find out who we are. Because if you're moving around like a puppet, you can easily be moved around, and that is the objective of the ego, of the egoistical mind, sometimes called Satan, sometimes called the evil, sometimes called the devil. All right, so back to the experience. So I go in, and I find myself in a dark, in the ground, way in a dark world, and in this ayahuasca experience, I'm doing everything I can to dig myself out of this darkness, out of this grave, out of this grave. So after digging and digging, I finally popped the ground, popped the shield of the ground that was above me. And when I pop myself up, I find that I'm in a coffin. That was coffin number one. So I continue digging. So if you've had ayahuasca, you know what ayahuasca does. It's this drink that literally gets you deeper into your unconscious mind, and magnifies and actually shows you the truth of what you're dealing with. Magnifies all the information you have within yourself, your DNA, your history, your roots, connects you back to the past, and shows you where you're coming from, and shows you what you're dealing with, and gives you an opportunity to either let go and anchor yourself in God, or go back to the toxins and the ego and the egoistical mind that is literally intended to weaken you and hold you captive. That is what ayahuasca at least has done for me. Anyway, back to the story. So I find myself in the first grave. So I start digging to pop myself out of the coffin. And eventually I pop myself out of this coffin, and I close my eyes, and I'm like, oh, thank you, God. So maybe now I'm gonna see God. I'm ready to see God. Excuse me. Only to find myself in the second coffin. So I had to dig myself out of 7 coffins, and every coffin was above the one, was above the other. It was like I was digging upward, and finally, after digging myself out of the final coffin, I was in a vast light space. And there I found this devilish looking creature that laughed at me so loud and told me that, now you think you're gonna see God? No, you can't see God. You can't see God as you are. You can't see God as a human being. You can't take yourself to God and you expect to see God. It doesn't work that way. And the thing laughed so loud at me, but I was so determined to find God. I didn't trust this little creature. So I started looking around, and finally my eyes were laid up to the sky because it was darkening. And on the sky I saw this huge creature, so huge. It had wings that were expanding and covering the whole sky. And it had eyes that were changing color. It had a skin almost metallic gray, iron and strong, and it had wings that it flapped that made noises that were, you knew, that almost ionic noises. And its legs were long and ionic and super strong. So it rolled from the sky and it looked at me and it says, and it laughed, say, ha 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 ha. You think you can win? You think you can find God as you? No human being can win as a human being, because I am in charge of this world. I am in everything. I am everywhere because you have given me the energy. You have given me the chance. You create me through your thoughts. I use all of you. I use your parents. I use your pastors. I use your politicians to literally weaken you. So you have no escape. If you're looking for God outside yourself, you're looking for me. So look in a different direction, because everywhere you look outside yourself, there I am, expressing in different forms and offering my services in different ways, promising you heaven but actually taking you to hell. So stop looking for God here. Go back under the grave and find God somewhere else. And that was my experience. That was so scary. But after deeply meditating after that experience, I was like, oh my God, we are literally all under the influence of the ego, the egoistical mind. We are under the influence of the devil, Satan. As long as we are not marinated in God, as long as we don't anchor ourselves in God within us, now which is another story, because I had to do something else, meditate, go deeper, surrender more, fast, in order to get a new revelation that, listen, I found my teacher over there. Here he is, who preaches that, listen, God is within you. There is a spark of God within you. Your personhood is just delusional, a big thought. It's a big thought. And as a big thought, you can't find God. You cannot find God, because that big thought is the work of the ego, the devil, Satan, the evil. So the only way to find God is to leave everything you know and become absolutely empty and be absolutely yourself. Empty, empty, empty. He preaches. His name is Siri Mujiji. That way you get to test the truth, the reality, the core of everything. And that is God within you, as you look in behind those very eyes. But I invite you to find that yourself. In summary, my experience has taught me that if you go out alone in the world as a person without anchoring yourself in God within you, Satan is going to take over. Satan wants to take your spirit, not even your mind. Satan will use your mind to deceive you that it has taken over your spirit temporarily. And if you believe, you're in a prison. And Satan has many tools, many ways. Let me tell you all, as a human being on your own, you cannot win Satan, because he's so powerful, because we've given him so much power. So going out in the world as a human being thinking you're going to win, you can't. So now I've discovered that every winner is has either won by the grace of God or by the grace of the ego, by the grace of the devil, Satan. And if you can serve one, but the way to God within is actually really difficult. It's so narrow, it's so tiny, it doesn't promise much, but it's everything. But that's for you to find out. Anyway, I thought I would share this a little bit about me, and I'll be sharing more, offering more. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, because you're yet to see what I have in store for you. If you want, I'm a counselor, I'm a spiritual counselor and transformational coach. I speak, I write. So if you want me to share anything about myself or about my services, please leave that in the comments below, or visit my website. I'll leave the link in the description, in the intro. I'm sending you abundant love from my heart to you.